Grand Rising. Yes, I still have influence records on it. And my headphones don't have a microphone. You could say I'm still stuck in the analog world. No, Gina gets everything expensive. I sacrifice for cheap things. She the one with the what you call them, AirPods or whatever. I don't really care about this stuff. But I'll make sure she has what she needs. Grand Rising. I woke up to Diva Laritas with Grand Rising. And it was right on time. And matter of fact, I think I'm gonna watch it again. Um, I have not touched my family tree this year, and I'm almost positive I've had notifications. I've just been swiping them off my phone. So I don't know. I don't need to look anymore. Like, and when I do my true ancestry, for anybody who's looking at the video, say, "Oh, now she want to claim whatever," don't get it twisted. Child, BC before Jesus. I understand the concept of us all being connected in some way, form, or fashion, supposedly because we're human beings. They put the quotations out there, human beings. So, I mean, why wouldn't this be fun? It's fun to me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be a part of these. I don't want to say this wrong. I don't think it's about claiming anything because if I had it my way, is extraterrestrial considered smarter than a human being? Because if it is, if I had it my way, I would just claim extraterrestrial and be done with it. I wouldn't even claim human being. But that's not an option. We're all in this together, whether or not it feels like that at all times. So it's interesting that when something bad happens to someone in a society that normally causes it or is a driving factor in the harms or the abuse, it's amazing to me the same society who lives in a that lives in the same spaces that we do. It's amazing to watch people minimize the struggle of a people trying to regroup themselves. And I even noticed that in my personal life, a lot of people that I thought were going to be um, support systems for me were actually not even capable of fulfilling that need. And instead of me being angry with them, I have to understand and be mindful that, they are where they are. There's not a lot of people in my family that I don't know, like even have hope to look and see who am I so I can do better. Like that was my goal from the time I met um, people. It just wasn't enough. What I was being offered just wasn't enough. I didn't know the backstory and the history of these people that I was around. But now I'm taking the time to find out so that one, my daughter can understand me. I remember what it was like growing up around my mom, wondering like, what is wrong with him? why are you so mean? Why are you so angry? And it's funny how everybody pointed out the patterns that I picked up from them, but they never saw it in themselves. But that's what happens when you are not mindful that, life is really about growth. It's not really about just wanting to be seen and just wanting to have stuff. Like there's actual fundamental processes that you have to go through in order to move further. And I can't stress this enough. I'm grateful. Behind me is a map. This is my favorite map, especially because oh, I can't point in it. Anyway, especially because of 1700 AD up there, close to Canada, in the Massachusetts, kind of like the Philadelphia area. Now, if you notice when I share the maps, the royalty maps or Ancestry, you can see real big red, well, it's two big red dots there, but it's slightly a little under that. This is totally separate from those two, the ancient Egypt and the Scottish Royal Antebellum Maryland. That's not Maryland. Well, then again, it could have been Maryland back then, but I doubt it. That's Massachusetts because 1700 really hit off on my tree last month in Massachusetts. My mother's grandfather, oh wait, my mom, yeah, not my mom's dad, but my grandmother's dad is from New York and the Massachusetts area, and their whole bloodline is like concentrated in this area, and they have been since before the colonies were probably even in planning mode to even exist. So that was not the first. This was the first instance where I was like, okay, 16, 19. Okay, so I started off with my tree. If I find someone on my tree who is specifically labeled black, white, colored, pre 1619, which I know for a fact they weren't doing that then because that was not even an issue. No one was policing these people. They have done this in the system of the censuses. Probably thinking they're covering themselves. But if you're going to give me a title and say, I'm being called this because of A, and I can't prove A, then why are you calling me that? So this map, mind you, I had to pay for this because they were never going to show me BC in Americas, 900 AD in Americas, 1730, 25 in Beringia. And that is kind of not saying it has any, forget these sirens, hold on. Forgive me, those sirens was loud. So when I actually upgraded my membership with my True Ancestry just a little bit, I try to catch it all set. Like the map always gave me is say you have indigenous ancestry, but just not enough for a sample match. So when I paid a little bit and got those sliders at the bottom where I can actually manipulate the times. Boom. Just this right here, 965 AD. Like, a lot of my family is here. I'm talking about East Coast, Northeastern Shore peoples. A lot of them are extinct. Winnie Snyder, I believe she was Ekamet. I think that's my fourth grandma on somebody's side. There's so many of these people. And a lot of ways that I'm knowing who these people are is number one, their names don't sound like Judy Grove. It's like the names stand out to me. The names stand out to me. They have certain names that really stand out to me. But every one of my family members with land married an immigrant. And I'm not going to say it was by choice. Like, we like to romanticize stuff. This is why these pictures, these people was not smiling. I would love to get the information on Cabo here. These are Beringian people. And it's amazing because when I use my raw DNA to do GED match, I get more confirmations. I get more confirmations of what I'm finding on my tree. This has nothing to do with my tree, except for this person here and those people from Antebellum, Maryland, the enslaved people. It's funny, they never call them slaves. They never call them slaves. The society does. And I don't think we understand how powerful the social construct is. After taking Africanist studies for a year, I can't go back. So it's like, I don't want to be combative. And if I'm seen that way, that is something you're choosing to do. But I stand for what I believe in, and I stand for what's true. I'm done playing identity games. These are my relatives, and this isn't as ancient to me, considering every member of my family lived at least 100 years. If not 100, they lived to 90s, 80s. I mean, give or take, majority, 90, 100 years. So, and I'm already starting 100 years almost removed from the people that gave birth to me. Not gave birth, well, I ain't gonna keep telling the story. Gotta buy the book for that. Let's see. I'm gonna share this. I don't normally share. I really don't mind sharing my true ancestry because it's so removed. And it just gets people thinking, because it got me thinking. I'm like, okay. And a lot of things, I know there were Africans already here. So it's not like I'm African from that. I don't have anything to base me being an African American on. I have absolutely nothing except for the slavery narrative. And I can't prove that either. And we do have 2 trees. And see, that's another thing. I don't have just one family tree to go off of this one narrative. I have 2. I'm gonna stop my camera just in case it slows everything down a little bit with that background. Like I said, I don't normally share my family tree, especially when I hit all these immigrants. But these people never left. They never left Germany. They never left wherever they came from. Their descendants were sent over here as slaves, or they came over here knowingly to erase us. Like I've read write-ups about a lot of these people, and some of them, I tell you, it's a full history. Hold on, let me cut my orange. A full history. Do y'all know food is so high? I'm about to run out of food. I don't even know what to do. That orange is so good. I know my camera better not be on. Forgive me. I'm talking about. I went to the grocery store on the 22nd. I spent, I want to say $300 for the same amount of food I would normally spend $154. I was crying. But you know me, I will go without. My daughter will not because her life depends on food and medicine. What's going on? I don't care about her marriage. Not like that. I don't really care about the details of these people. These are all immigrants. Like, I hate immigrants so bad. They just flocked over here. Look here. I did not want to go to her, him, whoever. Who is this? $39 Negro. Richmond. And it's so amazing. I was not happy in North Carolina. Not happy at all. Mommy sent me to Virginia. You gonna tell me nothing? Worker class private. No, they ain't got no farm because they took all the farms. We had them. That's an in-law. I don't know who that is. I don't know what I pressed, but I didn't mean to press it. Let's do this. Let's go to through lines first. Let's check on these. I'll be hiding my parents. Y'all have to forgive me. I don't really want nobody to see my parents. So I actually last month found every last one of my great grandparents. When I tell you, every one of them, because there's only two parents. I met grandparents. I found every one of my grandparents and my great parents, great grandparents, because there's only two parents. Everything multiplies by the root number, like 2 times 2, 4 times 4, 8 times 8, 4 times 4, 8 times 8 times 8. Like it multiplies quickly per generation. So for them to call me anything other than this is my mom right there. I'm the only one who tested, besides my cousin. And I don't know if she's working on her tree, so I'm the only one. Hold on, why is there so many of these people? Yeah, look how it jumps from great grandparents to second. It's a lot of people. They have her down as white. They have her down as white. And I have a black and white picture that looks just like you would think that. I guess you would say that I'm white too by the picture. And that's her son. But anyway, it's not even important. I really want to see are there any new ones. Great grandparents. This is the 1851 to 1979. I don't have all the death dates. He's from Massachusetts and New York. A lot of his family built Massachusetts. Mohawks. Like real Mohawks. That could explain a lot of our demeanors on grandma's side, especially my brother. Oh my gosh. It could explain a lot. Like, it's just like people don't really understand what identity represents. I'm not talking about on paper, I mean in real life. Now, you're going to see, I'm going to show you where the slaves are. As a matter of fact, I have to reprogram myself because for 40 years I believed one thing, and that's what I was taught because my mom made me pledge allegiance to this place, and so did she. So she believed that we weren't shit either, you know. And a lot of times when you believe someone is nothing, this is how you treat them. I found, I'm going to reach out to the living relatives. Look at this name, Light Brown. Do you see that? Think about that. It's so many names in here. Like I wasn't paying attention in the beginning. The Fortunes are from Scotland. I was gonna use that name for what I'm building, but I don't even want to use it. I don't even want to use it. Updated hypothetical. Do you see this? These, I believe, hypothetical Harvey has been updated. What happened? So we have hypothetical Harvey. Look how many freaking DNA matches I match. And one new DNA match. Look how many DNA matches I match. Now, when I was telling you, well, I don't know if you like, hopefully you follow my videos and you've seen my America's ancestral map. I believe these two people may be part of the antebellum Maryland enslaved workers at the Coacton furnace. This is what I believe. This is truly what I believe. And okay, hypothetical ORP. This is here's my yeah, because I believe they're all related. If I'm not mistaken, I read the study. They're all related. And see, here we go. Slave Harvey Brodus. Here we go. So this was 1777. See, we're not doing it. Um, I don't really. This is why I'm going to reach out to these people. So this is one designated, and I won't lie, my dad's sister has a baby. I believe that my grandma gave into the Homestead Act and got rid of all the brown people in her house, darker people in her house, her husband, and all her children. And she started passing. And when she gave her children away, I do believe my aunt is listed as an indentured slave. Mm-hmm. My dad's sister, baby sister, and all of his siblings were given away kind of in the same fashion. And I didn't find this person on my own. DNA matched us. This is the only person compared to everybody else that literally, like, I would say, assimilated. I mean, that's what I call it. So there's literally two Americas, period. Like, even down to the family. Like, there's us over here, and then I'm sure there are whites, probably claiming Native American, and they're my aunts and uncles, but we share the same grandparent, but we don't share the same history. So I know people are like, well, why does this matter? It completely matters because it affects each one of us born into this shit. Like my daughter, I know me and my daughter talk a lot, and this is rough on the children. When you have to be part of this mess, bro. Let's see. I don't even want to know. Do I have more people to add? To be honest, I literally don't want to know. I'm trying to make this big. Francis Stewart. My mom's is from the Stewarts, but we're also their line is. See, I was thinking they would have been Lenape, but no, they were further up. They went to Philly after all this mess went down here. But we've been in Philly for so long, since the 1700s. But pre that, the hell, I can't even say that. This is why I don't know how anybody can pick one tribe. Like, you're literally picking and choosing. Because I have to say, Northeastern Shore, Southeastern Shore Indians, okay? I have to say that. Because this how I know people have not done their tree. And these are all backed by DNA. That's what we just left out of. I mean, every one of them. I'm trying to remember, and it's hard to remember who's. It's hard to remember who's who. J.R. Brown. Okay, this is where Cyrus. Who's this? All these brothers and siblings. Especially when you got names that are like repetitive. 1785. See, they're missing. And a lot of times when they're missing, they're definitely indigenous. Because immigrants have a paper trail. Indigenous peoples that they are diluting do not. They're turned into black, Negro and white. Look at this woman. I think okay, wait a minute. Mariah. No, I think these people are from Scotland or Ireland. Look, no, this is German. I think Peter Pinner. Like, I'm trying to figure out how did Britain lose. I'm always hearing Southern Americans talking about the British. They beat the British. You sure? I don't think you did. See, I think these are the Germans. See, it says it. Immigrants. These people probably never even, oh no, they came over here. Their grandparents and stuff never came here. And this is why I've stopped on my, look, this is why I've stopped on my tree. Because it's actually not even, I'm not, I don't want to, I want to know what forced them here. Was it choice to join in with this mess, or were they brought here as slaves? I haven't found any German, look at this. I haven't found any every immigrant on my tree came to erase us. I don't know. I don't have that. I don't have. Okay, and I believe that's because my family was mainly from the shore. My family was mainly on the shore of Philadelphia, Jersey, Virginia, Massachusetts, the New England colony, the colony, like the shore colonies. Like my family was literally living on the shores. So, like, I'm pretty sure whatever slaves they were bringing over here were that's the wrong Samuel. The slaves that were brought over here, enslaved. I can't say that didn't happen, but I also can't say that that applies to my tree because I don't have it. Now this proposed slave here, like if you was a slave coming from Ireland or wherever, there would be a paper trail. There's a history. They like to keep their history pristine over there. This is the only, and this just happened last month. My DNA just came up with all these matches and they're living. So what I want to do is reach out to them. I'm a little nervous because I don't know these people, you know. But I have a right to know, you know what I'm saying? And this is on my who? Can't keep up. This is on my pop-up. That's my grandma, that's my pop-up. My dad's side, which makes sense to me. Geographical. That makes sense to me. I want to know, is this an enslaved person of the Americas or was this an actual African slave? Which, I don't know. I don't know. All right, let me close you out. Matter of fact, let me cut pop-up off. And have my grandma down as white. She is not white at all. She got the same complexion as my sister. And my sister do not look white. These fortunes, honey, this man here, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of land and water, all these immigrants, all my family land. And they tied up with their descendants. So as if we're not heirs. I'm an heir to my family. How am I not an heir to my own family? So where we at now? Could look like we getting out of DNA matches. We must be like at the fifth pop-up. Because it stops. Through line stops, yeah. Fourth pop-up, fifth pop-up. So this will be my sixth line here. They're all freaking immigrants. Not like that. Like, don't hear what I'm talking about. These people in the 1600s and think I'm talking about immigrants today. It just has nothing to do. Oh, wow. I knew it. This has absolutely nothing to do with you. Oh, God. I knew not to open this. Where you come from? England? England! Sorry. Look. These people are from England, period. He never even made it over here. So Fortune is an England name. I don't want it. No disrespect. And my grandma lost her name when she got married anyway. Immigration list, exactly. See, I done hit these immigrants now. And they were, it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. England. Wait a minute. Yeah, England. And this is where all this royalty is coming from. I don't think he ever made it here. Well, how does it feel to be a Negro? It's like, no. It's like, no, I don't mean it like that. This is just unfortunate. I want to believe that these people were tricked over here, but I just can't. Like, I can't sit here and really believe that these people thought they were coming over here for a better life and they just chose to be colonizers because the opportunity just presented itself. No, I believe these people know exactly what they were coming over here to do. Like they said, we are here to erase the Indian because that is what they called us. Okay? That's what I mean. Why is that so hard to believe? Of course, you're going to tell your little kitties, we came here because we just wanted a better life for you. Yeah, they sure did at the expense of us. Like, why was my dad put in the street and he was a child? Because it was more beneficial to be white. I mean, I really, I can't even say I want to be sit here and be all high and mighty and say, oh, I wouldn't have did it. I can't say I wouldn't have did. I can't say I wouldn't have fell in line. Oh, this is where we find the other slave. But I think this was some baby daddy, baby mama drama. Sarah. They got a whole write-up about this. Look at this. Fortune Game McGee. She's named after two men. An Irish free black. Because it says that on his paperwork. This man is Irish. Free black. No, where your other husband at? I'm talking about where your what's his name? Game. George Game. George McGee. He's Irish, a black free Irish. He learned how to colonize in Barbados, down there in Jamaica area. That's where a lot of the Irish people went to learn how to colonize and be good at it. Now, this one, Jerusia, she's indigenous. Northeastern Virginia, Rappahannock, Hampton, not Hampton, Accomack area. She's indigenous. So this Irish man, because they're from England, period, got her land. And that's where the Fortunes got all their land from. Now, mind you, these people are indigenous as well. And it's easy to tell because unlike the daggone immigrants that keep popping up with more and more documentation, there's no documentation. We weren't documenting stuff. So it's easy to tell who you are. It's just hard to prove it to idiots. And I don't really have anything to prove to anybody but myself and my child. I do want to see if there are any more add-ons here. Okay. That was all of my, yeah, that's my paternal side. This one's interesting. So, this side is mainly Powhatan, Virginia, northeastern Indian, shoreline Indians. And they got infiltrated the worst because Virginia. Yeah. Now, these two, I want to say Alabama. And where did John? Georgia. He ended up in New York. He actually don't even know he went back where I'll show you. Like, I think we're like re-traveling these same spaces our families have been in because I can look back and say that. I can't find nothing on him. This is Georgia. So I could probably when there's like no information, you're not an immigrant and you're not a slave. Now, if you came over here from the Arab slave trade, like, listen, I can't help you on that. Like, that's probably something that would have to take like genetics to find. See, these people on my mom's side, where is this? Georgia. These are indigenous people from Georgia. Period. Roll off as black. Erased out of their own freaking story. Period. This is why I can't get anywhere. Everything is documented with these immigrants and these slaves when it came to America, besides what they was doing illegal. And the siblings really help because on this side, the Stewarts, and we all know, well, I already know. I'm sitting up here thinking that the Irish side was on my mama's side. A lot of siblings. They have a child every 9 months. Where's this? See, they left Georgia. They got the hell from Georgia. Wait, who's this? Yeah. Missouri, excuse me. Hold on, I'm confused. Oh, yeah, we're doing my mom. So, and my grandma wasn't even born in Philadelphia. She was born in Alabama, to be honest. So these are Southern Indians, South Carolina, mind you. Majority of my family shoreline, Philadelphia. So I would say Philadelphia. Richmond, Henrico. First time I went to jail ever. Richmond, Henrico. Virginia. So I really had both of my sides from like literally in the same places. And I do have some cousins I do believe are on both sides because with us being mixed up, how do you know who's who? Tappahannock County, Powhatan, Accomack, under that band of people. Like, I'm not going to just assign names to these people. They're under the Northeastern Shore Band Powhatan Kingdom, period. Prince George County, Virginia. Virginia. We're going to hit a daggone cheap in a minute. Virginia. You can barely find history on it. It's just like us. And this is what makes it look like we're making this up. But no, everything is connected. Here's Grandma Winnie. And thank God for DNA. And Judy, we got 3 Aboriginal women in a row, starting with Judy Grow. When I saw her name, I was like, what the? Why is her last name Grow? And then I remembered a lot of us took on names for what we did. She probably was like farming or something. Or she had a lot of children. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that is not a common name on my tree, and it completely got erased. I think this man is, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. His last name is Gaskins, and he's not from here. He changed his name to Stewart, and that is where we got Stewart from. But I don't know. I don't know. It's weird because they've got these names. She never changed her name. But anyway, he got the land. Somehow, I guess because mind you, this is 1799. I don't know, it's just like it's a lot of stuff once you start looking into it, you're like, whoa. What am I really looking at here? He's indigenous. And this is why they share the same name. She did change her name to Stewart. They changed her name to Stewart. I forget the actual reason why. But they're immigrants. He's not they. He was the immigrant. All of these people are indigenous. Like, as you can see, people were literally just marrying into our women and our men. And then the one slave, Sambo Game, I don't even know why they call him a slave if he paid for his freedom. I swear he had beef with this woman's husband, and the man just turned him into a slave. I really don't believe he was from Africa. When I looked at the slave log, it didn't really say his name. It says Sambo. There's only 3 Sambos that was on that slave log that year. So it's just like people can spin a story if you don't know the context. So I'm really glad I did my tree so that, I could know who I was, because clearly the people that I were around didn't know who they were. Except for my adopted mom. My adopted mom did tell me I'm Cherokee and I can't tell anybody. She was a grown woman, okay? And she still had that fear, I believe, until she died. But she was smart enough to tell me, see, these are not immigrants. That's my Papa people. They from North Carolina. I don't even know. It's a lot of hints, so I'm pretty sure the information is there. South Carolina. She born on December 25th. South Carolina. Cheney Neeb NYC. I don't even know what that means. at the moment. Excuse me. What can I build that this place won't destroy? So I'm thought of. Where is Samuel? Not the other Samuel. Somebody probably took him off my tree. I don't think this is him. Yeah, it is. Hold on. All right, I'll tell you what. Give me Joanna. Joanna Kellogg, one of the captives at the Deerfield raid. This is what busted open for me. This is what busted it open for me. Now, mind you, unless we do DNA, this is my papa here. I already know that. Like, he is. This is my fifth great grandparents, backed by DNA. They are um, descendants of Joanna was English, if I'm not mistaken. This is not where she's from. She was not born here. She was born in, I want to say, London, England. The Kellogg's are from England. They are not from America. Let me see if I did it with you. Oh no, I don't even have it. Yeah, there's actually a write-up about this, but I'm not so sure how honest the write-up is actually being. Okay, here. This I know. No, she ain't from no Connecticut. They not from here. Here we go. This is where they're from. England. Died May 19th with Indians. With my family. So it's like I'm amazed that people like to throw salt on DNA because they don't understand how to use it. Yeah, here we go. She's from England. She was kidnapped, and I don't believe she has Stockholm. I believe she realized what she was in, and she did not want to harm my peoples. Now, this I will say. These are my grandparents by blood, right? Now, here's the thing. Joanna had a sister named Rebecca. I didn't add her yet. Joanna had a sister named Rebecca. Rebecca was kidnapped in the Deerfield raid, 1704, in Massachusetts as well. The Mohawks raided them. They were sick of their shit. Okay? No disrespect. This is the truth. What happened was they got that family with a lot. Also, a whole write up about this. This is actually a historical event, but there's a lot of falsehoods in the story. Joanna and Rebecca. I'm not gonna say Rebecca married Indians because I don't have her on my tree as a grandparent where I can actually. I could look it up, but I didn't. I'm really particular about my energy with this stuff. Joanna had children. Rebecca had children. Rebecca went back to England and took her Indian family there. I don't think she was accepted, but something happened. Joanna never left. She didn't want to leave. She raised her family and she loved on my people, unlike the majority of people today. Um, so when Rebecca went back to visit, her children didn't want to stay in London. The children like me, all mixed up, didn't want to stay in London. So she left her son, Samuel, with Joanna. This is a story that I had to like really dig to really find, because this is why I want Ancestry to expand their DNA project through lines further, because this helps with determining paternity. Paternity is important with the tree. The tree is paperwork. I'm adopted, okay? I know who my mother and my dad is because they took me home and I lived with them. When I did my DNA, it kicked me off their tree. So when I pull up my mother, who is my legal mother, on my birth certificate, when I pull her up, it doesn't say this is my mother. It doesn't say her family. It doesn't say this is her grandma. It shoots me over here. So once you do your DNA, it's a wrap. Whatever is not true that's attached to your identity before you do your DNA, everything after you do your DNA, anything that's not true is going to be revealed. So I really like this tool because you have children adopted. You have children out of wedlock, like my daughter. She's carrying some grandfather's last name. It's not her grandfather. I don't care who wants to make somebody feel like they was a princess and they kept their coochie to themselves. Mary, I don't care about none of that stuff. The point is that is not her family. So she's wearing a name who she isn't, and so am I. Because I'm seeing my dad's last name ain't even Jones. So it's like, and again, 1710 is before the United States was created. So, yeah. Yeah. Now, Joanna and Chief, I can't say his name. I don't know who wrote French up there. Kanawagi tribe. See, this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of matches coming from Canada. I wonder, do you guys know you guys are Mohawks? All of these people were captured in the raid. I think like they was killing some of them, the kids and everything. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's war. People are invading. It's like somebody come in my house. You gonna look at me and say, "Ooh, you're being so violent. How dare you be violent?" Somebody's trying to come in my house and harm me. So context is important. So when it comes to Samuel, he is one of my pop-ups. But he's coming up as her child in her household. So I don't really know because I can't specify anything without the DNA, which is fine. It doesn't even matter like at this point, because whether that's your aunt or uncle, at the end of the day, it proves that my people were here. And it proves that other people came here with their own intent. You know? And we can always go back to this map right here. Now, see, when I said 1700s, when I saw this map, I was like, you know what? This is kind of correlating here with my actual tree. Because if that map is saying 1700s up here, let me show you again. Up here, right? That's 17 AD is 1700, period. Then you gotta think over here, 1300. You mean to tell me these people with what that I match DNA with, they have my blood from Africa? They got it from Africa? But I didn't get here to 1619. Or I was bred after 1619, right? So what's this? What's this? What's this? There's a BC one over here. That isn't true. What's this? I have no slave laws. Like if I found them, I would pull them up and print them. And be like, yo, we're really slaves, guys. I would tell it. I would tell it. I found one so-called slave who paid his way. That African got rich, okay? He got out of slavery, okay? Africa didn't come for him. I got the two hypotheticals that was born from the so-called slave Brodus. There's got to be a document that they have, the family have. I'm going to reach out to the family. I may do that this week and reach out to them and let them know, like, this is my third great grandparents. Do you have any information that you can share with me about these people? And I want to know, are they located in Maryland? Because if they are located in Maryland, where the Cone Acting Furnace site is, I know where their body is. And that's really what I want to do. I want to find these people, find out, are you African? Where's your family? So that family can be made aware. I'll do that. I don't have any problem doing it. But I can't negate all these other people on my tree. I can't do that. I can't negate 1,249 people. I only found 3. We think we found Robert Fortune's father. I'm really sick of the Fortunes. No disrespect. How many Richards are they? They just keep naming each other the same damn thing. At this point, I don't even vet this shit. I just be adding them at this point. We in the 1600s. I've already gotten the information I needed. It's telling me who I'm not. I'm not a descendant of slavery. I'm a descendant of war. From England. And I'm pretty sure the Arab slave trade and all of that stuff, any African in my blood probably came from that. And that's another thing it looks like they're trying to dilute. The other slave trades, where the Africans actually came from. We got a wedding anniversary coming up. This must be my Pop-Pop's sisters. Corosia, Carenia. They changed their names. They was doing what they had to do, though. I understand. It's freezing up my damn screen. Oh, y'all can't even see me. I'm on page 8. She look white to you because she's not. This is not a real picture. They just be downloading, these white people, excuse me, be downloading stuff and just adding it up here. Like, I guess trying to show you a replication of what these people look like during this time or whatever. What is this over here in my way? They're German. His birthday right after mine. There's so many Aquariuses on my tree. It's ridiculous. This is getting stuck. That's my mama, Jerusha. Hey, listen at that name, Jerusha. Isn't that like, yeah, like it's, you can tell who is who. You can tell who's an immigrant. You can tell who was already here. I can't tell who's African. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the person that where it says slave Brodus, maybe that person is an African, and that's only one person. I can't. How did it descend from one person? I was descended from 12,000 people, and it looks like I'm a descendant of war. Even after I got here, that's what it looks like to me. But I know I am grateful to be here in this space of knowing, because I've never been here before. Never been here before. And this was all census records. All census records combined with my DNA, because records are not foolproof. Records are not foolproof. Look, I'm all the way on my 15th great grandmom. Nobody can really tell me anything about who I am. If I tell you who I am, you should just freaking believe it. Lord, that's probably why I say Lord so much. I'm trying to stop. Lord Scotland is so heavy on my tree. Mm-mm-mm. And then when I go to, this page, I'm not even going to do it. Peace and love. I just want to sit here and look at this map for a second. Do you see this? I don't believe I'm a descendant of slavery at all. Like, I really don't. There's one missing up here too, but it's a different time stamp than probably what I had to set on. Peace and love. I hope all is well. What are you getting me for my birthday? I like well wishes. I like food. I'm just glad I'm living to see it. COVID scared the crap out of me because I don't get sick. I'm used to feeling good all the time. I'm not really used to this sick stuff. And I'm grateful that me and my daughter got better. And I'm actually just grateful that it wasn't worse on my daughter, because I was really scared of losing her. We have a high fear acknowledgement here that like we can actually lose a life in here being careless, being the opposite of mindful. So yeah. So I haven't touched my tree. I'm actually gonna break it down to like maybe once a month, or I'll probably never even look at it again. I don't have to keep looking like I know what it is. I did figure it was some more people needed to be added, but I did so much this past year. Like I have the facts that I needed. But the only thing that's troubling is that I was lied to in the beginning by an institution I was supposed to respect. That is where I don't know about the other nations of slavery. I'm pretty sure the people that the Arabs enslaved never pledged allegiance to these people and actually were looked at to be loyal to them or to claim them. I just don't, you know, listen, those people were treated as slaves. They probably killed them after they did the work. I'm pretty sure they didn't use them for eternities to come. Like what's going on here. I don't see any proof of that besides Africa. And I don't even mean to say that like that. I don't see any proof of that. I don't see any proof of an enslaved people becoming one with their slavers and being profitable and comfortable and happy and part of the process of growing a beautiful empire. I don't see that, and that's actually kind of sick. I don't know. I don't understand who thought that through, but I mean, whoever thought that the internet would come out and we would actually read? Who thought that we would actually have time between going to work every day and struggling through an insane society that we would actually have time to worry about knowledge of self? I'm grateful. Grateful. Knowledge of self is key. I can't tell you the amount of substance I literally was able to put back into my bloodline, even if it just starts and stays with me. Because it definitely shows through my daughter. She's going to be a powerful being, way more powerful than I ever was. Like, I'm still upset that I learned this so late. But I'm grateful that I learned it at all. Like, I listened to Les Will when he said, I watch people die not knowing their truth. Like, I had a whole breakdown in here. Because I was a funeral singer. You know how many funerals I done sang at? And these people died and they never knew who they were. But there are people out here that are okay with that. Like, our own people and people that literally want to see us like this. So, you know, it's a choice. Like Kanye said, slavery in 2022, to align yourself with it, to call yourself a descendant of it, which doesn't make any sense. Were you bred? Were you bred? It's a choice to say that I'm black. I am an ADOS. I never ever said that. And I also share the reparations report because at the end of the day, no matter what they call it, it's crimes in there and it's situations in there that we need to understand that they are going on so that we can at least either get out of the way or counter it. You know? I want to see us as a people doing better so that I can participate and contribute. You know? But it is what it is. You know, I can't make this world a better place. I can make my world a better place. You up, no? I'm hearing shit. Somebody's here. Welcome. Have a seat. I be hearing stuff. I'm serious. I'm ready to do this. Last night I'm laying in my bed and someone said, Mom. And I said, all right, here I come. I look at Jenna when she was asleep. I said, oh, shit. Here we go. That might be one of them babies that passed. God is good. I appreciate the God in me that is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger as the seconds and as the day passes. I'm gonna take it easy on myself today and give myself some grace. And relax. I'm not saying this is stressful, but it's hard to try to heal yourself in an environment that doesn't see anything wrong with itself. It's kind of psycho and narcissistic, you know. But when I look at the benefits that I can actually see me gaining, I'm grateful. Peace and love to you. I hope you have a beautiful, 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 beautiful day. I would love to go to all of these sites and just let these people know that, like, you are not forgotten. I am your descendant. Okay? I'm a descendant of warriors. Okay? I like that better. I'm not a descendant of slavery. My family was here before slavery. We were everywhere. I really do believe, like, it's actually amazing, and I'm still not, like, content on the actual process like all of these people went through. But seeing how my tree just goes like this, just get bigger and bigger each generation, like, it makes sense. We're all connected some way or another. Just very unfair to one another. And hopefully one day that'll change. Peace and love. Please be safe and aware out here. It is lit. It is really lit out here. Be safe, be aware, be mindful of where you are. Be mindful that some people don't have it together in their head, honey, and they are a detriment. Take care of your body, take care of your mind and your spirit. I love you.